The air in the old cinema hung heavy with history, the seats creaking in harmony with the flickering lights. My friends and I had heard rumors about this place, about the ghostly presence that supposedly haunted Screen 7. We dismissed it as mere superstition, chalking it up to the overactive imaginations of the town's youth. As we settled into our seats, anticipating gripped use, the movie, a classic horror flick, promised a night of spine-tingling entertainment. The lights dimmed, the screen flickered to life, and the room was consumed by the eerie glow of the projector. The movie started with an ominous atmosphere, setting the stage for a night of fear and suspense. The audience was drawn in, our breaths held in collective anticipation. That's when I saw her. In the periphery of my vision, a shadowy figure stood at the back of the theater. Her presence was barely discernible, but it sent a shiver down my spine. I glanced at my friends, but they were engrossed in the film, oblivious to the phantom intruder. I turned back to the specter, hoping to dismiss her as a trick of the light. But there was no denying it. She was real, a translucent figure in a tattered dress, her eyes hollow voids that seemed to bore into my soul. She stared at the screen, her gaze fixed on the horrors playing out before us. Fear clawed at my throat, but curiosity overcame it. I had to know who she was, why she was here. I stood up slowly, my heart pounding, and cautiously made my way towards her. Every step felt like an eternity, the floorboards groaning beneath me. "Excuse me?" I stammered, my voice barely above a whisper. The apparition turned towards me, her face a mask of sorrow and longing. She didn't speak, but her presence seemed to echo in my mind. "Why are you here?" I asked, my voice trembling. The ghost's gaze flickered back to the screen, and in that moment I understood. She was trapped in a loop, condemned to relive her own horror night after night, unable to move on. As the movie played on, I could sense her despair. It emanated from her, suffocating me with its weight. She was a prisoner of this theater, her soul tethered to the horrors that played on the screen. A sudden crash from the film jolted me back to reality. The audience gasped, the screen flickering wildly. The horror had escalated, and in my distraction I had missed the pivotal scene. My friends turned to me, their faces etched with concern. I glanced back at the ghost, but she was gone. Panic coursed through me. Had I lost her forever? I rushed to the back of the theater, scanning the darkness for any sign of her. But there was nothing. Defeated, I returned to my seat, unable to focus on the film. My friends tried to console me, but my mind was elsewhere. The movie reached its climax, the tension unbearable. The screen seemed to pulsate with malevolent energy. And then, in the heart-stopping moment before the final revelation, she reappeared. The ghost stood beside me, her presence a bittersweet comfort. I could feel her pain, her longing for release. As the screen unleashed its last terrifying image, the theater plunged into darkness. The power had failed. Panic swept through the audience, a chorus of frightened murmurs filling the air. I turned to the ghost, desperate to help her, to set her free. In that pitch-black moment, her hand brushed mine, cold as death. I closed my eyes, a surge of energy coursing through me. When I opened them again, the theater was ablaze with light, the ghostly figure nowhere in sight. The movie had ended, leaving us all in stunned silence. My friends turned to me, their eyes wide with disbelief. I could hardly find the words to explain what had just happened. Screen 7 was never the same after that night. The rumors about the ghost took on a new weight, a story passed down through generations. And though the cinema was eventually renovated and modernized, I couldn't help but wonder if the spirit had finally found her peace, or if she still lingered in the shadows, forever bound to the haunting screen.